Welcome back to ControlPro. In this video, I want to cover mixed groups. Mixed groups are a very specific feature in ControlPro that is primarily utilized by those customers that will be using VRT. It can be used for liquid systems, but we primarily see this used in a dry system. In this video, I'm going to cover how it would be utilized for those running VRT, for those who would want to create their own mixed group ticket, and I'll also cover briefly on those who would like to utilize it with their liquid system. More than likely, if you are using VRT, you are creating your tickets in an agronomy software such as AgVance, ARS, or Advantage, and the mixed groups are more than likely going to already be generated inside of AgVance. And when they come over to ControlPro, the tickets will look something like this. Bring this over to my screen. Something like this, where you'll see the materials have various groups. There can be any number of groups. Sometimes there may be 5 or 6 groups. This is just going to tell you what materials are in each group. You can see that here on the materials screen, or come in when you load it into the system, you'll be able to see it in that details screen as well. So let's go ahead and get this added to our system, and then we're going to come over here to batch details. And then as you can see here, the materials that we're running in this first group are boldface. You can also look here in the HAMG column. That stands for hand add and material group. So all the materials here are not hand add, they're going to be automated, and you can see they're in the mixed group. To change from one mixed group to the other, here in the batch details tab, there's a mixed group drop box. You can click that. It'll show you the various materials that are going to be in those mixed groups. We're not utilizing agronomy software and you still want to use mixed groups, first thing you're going to need to do is create a ticket using a formula, and I'll show you why here in a second. So let's go ahead and import the formula. The reason why you're going to want to do it this way is because you already have created your formula, which if you need a refresher on that, we do have a video on creating formulas in ControlPro. You're already going to have your blend set up. No matter what you set your total to, ControlPro is going to do the math, and this mass and volume percentage will always be the same. From here, like I said, you could change your totals to whatever you wanted. You need 1,000 pounds of this blend, and for right now, just ignore that these are liquid. What we're going to do is come here to the details tab, go to mixed group 2, come in here, and now you see that in the columns we have 1, and then here we can change this other one to 2 because we are creating a ticket. We need to make sure we assign a customer. After that, we can go ahead and save, and then if we wanted to run that, we could load up the ticket like we did the previous one here, the Hydra ticket. We're going to go ahead and run this ticket that has the 3 mixed groups attached to it. Just a reminder, I'm running this in simulation mode, so it's going to be different from when you're running your actual automation. In this case, I will just be hitting process between each one right away, as you'll see. But when you're running it on site, you're obviously going to need to make sure each mixed group is going into the proper container. So we'll go in here, we're going to select our first mixed group. We can see in here that it's going to give us 7,800 pounds. If you need to change the amount of this mixed group that you need to dispense, come up to manual, and it's here. You can go ahead and change that to whatever that measurement needs to be. Since we're just doing a simulation and a demonstration here, I'm going to keep it automatic. Hit process, and we'll go ahead and give this a couple seconds, and it's going to dispense this first amount. And then you can see here it's waiting for us to come to the next group. Hit process, and now it's going to process this second mixed group, and you're only going to see it in the batch details. You will not see your green bar here on the tickets, so make sure you're viewing it on the batch details. And we're going to go to the third mixed group and hit process again, and then when this is done, after we've confirmed we've delivered what we wanted to, we will hit the complete button here in just a second. So what it's doing here is completing the rest of my delivery, because what I was asking for was larger than my what my mix tank could hold. So that's why it delivered the one and then did the second one right afterwards. So we're going to hit complete, and now that batch is complete and we're good there. Last I want to touch on, like I was saying, if maybe you want to use this for your liquid system, this would mainly be useful if, say, you have a multi-compartment truck. You're going to put a different chemical in each compartment. You don't want to make individual tickets, so you just make a ticket with the 3 chemicals on here and then go ahead and assign each one to a mixed group. Like I said, though, this is primarily going to be for those that are running dry systems, specifically those utilizing VRT. If you have any questions on mixed groups or just any questions on ControlPro in general, please give us a call at 260-470-2752. Thank you.